The biggest question around using AI dialers to make phone calls is this legal? Our company focuses a lot on AI voice, and for us, it is essential to make sure that we're in compliance with all current regulations in the countries that we're operating. So in today's video, we'll be looking at using AI dialers in the United States as of 2024. My name is Paige. I'm the co-founder and COO of Amplify Voice, a company focused on voice AI technology. And if you're interested in learning more about how you can use voice AI in your business, you can click the link below in the description and book a call. We're always happy to chat through projects and help you understand how to implement this in a way that is both compliant and effective for your business. So let's dive in. As of February 8th, 2024, the FCC, or the Federal Communications Commission, released the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or TCPA, which officially deemed AI dialers as robocallers and artificial, making them illegal for cold calling. This means that you can't use AI dialers to cold call consumers who have not given you their express prior written consent. So unless you can be sure that you're cold calling people who have given their prior written express consent to receive a phone call from an AI dialer, steer clear. When you do get consent from your consumers, make sure that you document meticulously to cover your business's liability and to ensure that you're falling into compliance with the TCPA regulations. Make sure the calls are only happening between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Another thing that's vital for your business anytime you're making calls to consumers is to make sure that you check the Do Not Call registry. There is a national Do Not Call registry where consumers can subscribe and essentially indicate to telemarketing companies and businesses that they don't want to be disturbed. So make sure that you cross-check your lists with the Do Not Call registry link, which I've linked below in the description, to make sure that you're calling consumers that have not explicitly said, hey, don't call me, don't bug me. The distinction here is that these regulations are specific for consumers and their personal numbers or residential phone numbers. When it comes to making phone calls from business to business, because businesses advertise their phone numbers publicly on the internet, making phone calls from business to business with AI dialers is still allowed. General rules of thumb around cold calling are, number one, you need consent. And unless you have consent, no cold calling with AI dialers. Number two, only call between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Number three, always check the Do Not Call registry before making phone calls. Anytime you're making cold calls to consumers that you haven't interacted with before, it is essential for you to make sure that you identify yourself, your company, and the purpose that you're calling within the first 30 seconds that you're talking to the consumer. And anytime you receive written consent from consumers, document it. So when is it legal to use AI dialers? Now we'll look at a few use cases where AI dialers are both legal and compliant with TCPA regulations and can have huge benefits for your business. One of the best and easiest use cases for AI voice dialers is to set them up for inbound calls that would otherwise go to your voicemail. We work with a lot of clients, especially in real estate, who don't always have time to answer the phone. But answering the phone means you might miss a prospect or a hot new lead. I've seen people in real estate attached to their laptops, attached to their phones, on vacation, on weekends, after hours, because missing a call is like missing a lead. The solution to this problem is using an AI voice agent to replace your voicemail. So when you're too busy or you're being present with your clients or spending time with your family, instead of a missed call going to your voicemail, it gets rerouted to your voice agent instead. You can customize the voice agent with your own knowledge base so that it's equipped to answer any general questions about your services. And you can also program it to ask qualifying questions. If we're talking real estate, that might look like, hey, are you looking to buy a home in the next 3 months? Are you pre-approved? And based on how they respond, the new prospect is qualified, i.e. they're ready to buy a home and they're pre-approved, then the voice agent will book an appointment with them directly to your calendar based on your availability. Using voice agent as your new voicemail is 100% compliant. When it comes to client acquisition, speed to lead is the name of the game. Picture this scenario. A new potential customer comes to your website around 7:30 p.m. and they fill out a form requesting more information about your solar panel installation services. Your sales team works 8 to 5, so typically that means that a human won't be able to get to this new customer until the next morning. But that was then. So you clearly embed a consent declaration into your form. So when the new prospect fills out the form on your website, consents to receive communications from you, and submits, within 5 minutes of submitting, that new customer receives a call from your voice agent. And your voice agent is able to pull that data from your CRM or from your database and say, hey, so-and-so, I see that you're interested in XYZ. Based on what other information they've given in the form, ask some follow-up questions, essentially qualifying this new prospect, and then book a call with them on the calendar with another sales agent for the next day. And that is how voice AI can play a huge role in speed to lead. Because when that prospect is at their peak interest in your services, they get a direct phone call, they get answers to their questions, they get more information if they need it, and they get a booking for ASAP. Let's check out another use case. What we hear from a lot of people in the real estate space is that they end up spending hours on the phone with new prospects answering general questions that if the prospect had searched online, they could probably find on a website. Time is money. And every hour that gets spent talking to a window shopper who maybe is just asking around for some general questions is time not spent with qualified leads. So what if you set up a voice agent as your 24/7 customer support? Anytime, any day. Maybe they're calling into an agency because they want more information about a listing on their website. Maybe there's a first-time home buyer calling in and they have a lot of questions about the process and everything they're going to need to go through. So you put your customer support line on your website, and anytime a customer has initial questions, they call in at any time and any hour. They can get their questions answered, and if they're serious, they can book an appointment with your voice agent. Now in this scenario, we're talking about real estate. But for any businesses offering services where you have customers calling in for customer support, for questions, especially when they're making big investments in your products, you want to make sure that they get the information as quickly as possible and before they move on to your competitor to see what they offer. Setting up a 24/7 voice agent to respond to those queries, you can even connect your voice agent to your CRM or your database to pull data as needed, and then book appointments is a huge time saver. And that translates into more time for you to close deals with qualified leads. I get really excited ideating about all the creative ways that we can implement voice technology in a compliant manner for businesses to help them save time and generate more leads. For the purpose of this video, I'll share one more use case. But if you have some ideas brewing about how you might be able to implement voice AI in your business, book a call with me in the link below. Would love to chat about it. So we've looked at 2 compliant use cases that involve inbound dialers. Outbound gets a little tricky because you need prior written express consent, essentially someone saying, yes, I consent to receiving a call from a robot. And this might not surprise you, but a lot of people aren't fly with that. However, for clients and prospects that are already in your database and have already given you express consent, you can use AI voice agents for calling purposes that are directly related to your relationship with those clients. One example might be a simple call reminder of an upcoming appointment. Again, this client or prospect has already given you their consent. You can schedule your voice agent to call them, let's say 24 hours before their call. Hey, this is a reminder that we have a meeting tomorrow. If you need to reschedule, I can help you reschedule. You can save yourself a lot of time with the going back and forth of, hey, does this work for you? Oh, if that doesn't work for you, then let's go here. No more. So imagine this, you get a message from your client who is a home buyer, and they want to know about the status of a document that is actually coming from their mortgage lender. Without a voice agent, you would have to call your mortgage lender, get the status update, and then call your client and let them know about the status update. Or you could deploy your voice agent. Say, hey, call this mortgage company, get the status update on whatever document, and please update the client with this information. So you're not only improving efficiency in your system, but you are saving yourself valuable time and, let's be honest, hassle. Because these are individuals that you have a working relationship with and you've already interacted with them, you've gotten consent from all parties involved to communicate using an AI dialer. This is completely compliant with TCPA. What's important to note is that the AI space is ever changing. It's taking the world by storm, and a lot of these policies and regulations may change and evolve over time. This is something that we're keeping a pulse on because it's important for us as a voice AI centered company to make sure that all of the products and solutions that we're deploying are 100% compliant with the governing regulatory bodies in each country. So everything I've shared in this video is relevant as of 2024. So I'll be sharing some upcoming videos focusing on regulations and the compliance landscape in other countries. So if you're looking to deploy voice AI solutions outside of the United States, make sure that you're up to speed with your country's regulations around using AI dialers. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, leave a comment below, like and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned, we'll see you next time.